So do you remember when you were younger, you're still in Waka, do you remember you and your girlfriends, you would...
Yeah,
What would you do?
well,
Did you talk about boys?
there was a
What
couple
did you do?
fellows there that I kind of, well, what I don't know, whatever we would be doing, because nobody, certainly weren't exciting times because nobody had any money. That's all there was to it. But I kept in touch with some of them after I came to Saskatoon, and then the war came along, and you see all those fellows were just the right age to join up. It was a way for lots of young fellows to join, where they would get 3 meals a day and a roof over their head and a few dollars to spend. It was like a godsend to those people, that those fellows would have nothing to do. And of course that's how women came to work, because women never worked in stores or whatever, and so they even helped with the war, and of course a lot of them joined the services as well.
Did you get along with all of Bill and Ann's kids when you lived with them?
Yeah, well, of course, I left when they were just starting to grow up. And of course, I know Uncle Bill was Raymond was the one that was always into something. And I know Uncle Bill really was tough on him. And so after when Les and I, well then if he got a chance, he'd come to Saskatoon, and he always stayed with us. And he just became, well, he was like part of the family. And so when he finished school, he came to Saskatoon. He got a job. I remember his first job was, he was on top of the big flour mill on 33rd Street. They were pouring cement there. He and Walter Romano and who else? I can't remember who else, but he always was a friendly kind of fellow and always had lots of friends. And he liked people. He was always wanting to meet people again, go out of his way. He'd even look, when he'd be away somewhere, he would look in the telephone books to see if there might happen to be some Melmix in the phone book, or try to look up someone that he heard of but had never ever met.
So you're 14 and you leave Waka. Do you remember the day you left?
No.
What kind of stuff would you have owned that when you moved to Saskatoon you would have brought with you?
Absolutely nothing, except practically the clothes on my back.
So you don't remember, did you read books and stuff much?
Well, I used to read books, and I used to pick up stuff. I used to use the library, read the books over 2 or 3 times, because there was nothing else. Nobody bought anything. And anyways, I remember I had saved a box of books, and wherever I picked them up, I had them. We had nowhere in the house. It was in the little bungalow, and they were in a box in the garage. And somebody lit the garage on fire one day, and then I lost everything. So I basically had nothing but the clothes on my back when I came to Saskatoon.
Would you have saved up any money? Did you do any jobs or anything?
No.
Did you ever get any type of allowance?
No.
So how would you have paid to get to Saskatoon?
Oh, Mom would arrange. She arranged everything.
So you came at 14. Do you think that was your decision that you wanted to go to that college? Or did your mom or Bill and Ann suggest it?
I think Mom was I think she was probably well enough off that I could stay with her, and
Do you remember that when you were still in Waka, did you ever write letters to your mom or anyone?
yeah. Yeah, well, people used to write. It would be usually a 5-cent stamp on the envelope, but of course that was a lot of money in those days, just the same as things are now in comparison.
So at 14, you moved to Saskatoon, planning to go to college.
Mm.
And how did you afford to go to college?
Well, you had to have some books, and other than that, it didn't cost anything. It was
So-
like a high school. Yeah.
Okay. And where was Nanny living at that time?
She was living in an apartment on 3rd Avenue.
3rd Avenue. Where the basement was.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Which, so that's between 20th and 21st.
Yep.
On 3rd Avenue.
Yep.
Which ironically would later be Walter's Cycle in the main level.
Really?
Only for a year or two. Okay, so it's 1936. The Depression is still there. And now you're a teenager. You're living with your mom.
Mm-hmm.
Do you remember what her place was like? Did you have your own bedroom?
No, I slept on a couch in the kitchen. It was 2 big rooms, really big rooms. And we had like a coal oil stove, a little 2-burner thing. It was 2 burners and it had legs. And there were no cupboards. No cupboards.
You have electricity?
Yeah, we had light and water. Yeah, we had light and water. And there were about 5 apartments on each floor. And we all shared 1 bathroom and a toilet and a bathtub. All 5
What floor were
suites.
you on?
I think it was the 3rd floor.
And do you remember your door number?
No.
Was it facing the street?
No, the big window faced the back lane. It was right on the lane, I think. Or at least you could see the lane.
So facing south?
The window was facing west.
West.
The big window. Had great big windows all across the back.
And how long did the 2 of you live there together?
Well, when I finished school, I tried to get a job, and there wasn't any out there. So I had the lady that lived on my floor. She was managing a hairdressing school, hairdressing course. And she said to me, well, I need somebody to do the books. How about if you do our books and then I'll let you take the course. So that's what happened. That's what I did the year after I got out of school. And then I got a job at the Saskatoon Hardware, which was part of a big company called Ashdowns. And this Ashdown company was a wholesale company, and they had stores all over Canada. And